guys, it's Lexi Buns, and today we're going to be talking about dental care. So, firstly, we need to address a few things. One, I got a new chair. It's pretty nice and very comfortable, much more comfortable than the one I had before. I also have a new desk, but you can't see it because I'm using it right now. But that was also a task, so I had to put together both of these, and that took all day. But it was definitely worth it because I'm much more comfortable now. A couple of videos back, I said that I was going to do a video about some birthday gifts that I got, but I didn't do that. So I guess we'll talk about that a little bit now. The first big thing is that one of my very dear friends got me Cory Kenshin merch, and I almost died, I think, in that moment. But I also have a Momo hat, which is amazing. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Look, it even got his name on the side. Like, he's one of my favorite YouTubers ever. I'll put a link in the description, linking to his channel. I highly recommend that you subscribe. He's amazing. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I got these little like Pandora charms, and you can't really see them that great. But one of them is Hermione Granger, which is awesome. One of them is a little coffee, which is also awesome. And then the same friend that got me this got me one of the Disney charms. It's like a quote from Cinderella, which he knows that my favorite is Sleeping Beauty, but we're gonna appreciate it anyway. No, but it's an awesome charm. It's a heart and it's got like blue stars on it. So yeah, all of these gifts are really awesome and amazing, and I just thought that they deserved a shout out, especially the Cory Kenshin stuff. Like, because this stuff came out around my birthday and there was a deadline, and the deadline ended before my birthday. So I had to decide whether I was gonna buy this stuff for myself or like hope that someone else got it for me. So I ended up hoping that someone else got it for me, and they did, and I'm so happy that I have these items in my possession. So a few videos ago I mentioned that I had an appointment and that I couldn't finish the stage because I had to go to said appointment, which was true. But that was just the consultation, so I went to that and they were like, okay, yeah, we're gonna take your teeth out, and it's just like, oh, okay. Do I need to get them out? Or but yeah, I then a month later went to go get my wisdom teeth taken out. So I got all 4 taken out, and it has been exactly 2 weeks today since that has happened. So we are gonna talk about what went down between 2 Wednesdays ago and now. Basically, I was very nervous. My parents had to drive me there because obviously you can't drive home once your procedure is done, and I have never gotten any type of surgery in my life ever, like for anything. I've never broken anything, never cut anything seriously. Like, I'm pretty I'm not like accident prone. I'm pretty, good about that. So I was nervous. I've never gotten anything done like that. So I'm sitting there, and it's because of the situation we're in right now globally. You have to call and let them know that you're there. So I had to sit in the car and wait for them to call me. So I was like even more nervous. And then when they called me, my mom walked me to the door, and I was like, okay, bye. I felt like a 12-year-old. So then I go in there and, I check in, and I'm sitting there waiting. And I think I waited probably 40 minutes. And I kept hearing the door open. And every time I heard the door open, I'd be like, don't call me. Please don't call me. But after a while, I was just kind of like, okay, well, it's gonna happen, and it's fine. It'll be fine. So eventually they called me, and I was like, oh, okay. And they ask you, do you want to use the restroom before we get started? So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go nervous pee. So I went nervous peed, and then after that, they walk you back, and so they sat me in the chair, and they like took my blood pressure, and they put all these little sticky things on me that I guess monitored my vitals. and I could see that my BPM was freaking like 93. Like, I was nervous, man. Like, my heart was like, please. But anyways, it's fine. And like, what makes it worse is that they had a picture of my, like, an x-ray of my teeth right in front of me, like, on the thing, like, for them to look at, I guess, when they're working on my teeth. So I was like, well, this is very unsettling, but it's fine. So she gave me an IV. She like stuck something in my arm to give me fluids before they started. And she's like, okay, the doctor will be in a few minutes. So, you know, okay, I'll be back, you know. So she left. So it was another, like, I want to say like 6 or 7 minutes of me just sitting there, which I wasn't nervous at that point. I was just like, I mean, I'm here. So it's not like, you know, I can back out now. So the doctor came in, and he came in with, like, I think 2 other ladies came in, and she had actually explained to me before she left the first time that, you know, when they come in, she's gonna put something in the catheter, and that's gonna be my anesthesia, and, you know, I'm gonna be out. So I was like, okay. So they come in, and they asked me to scoot back, and it was kind of weird to scoot back because I have a needle in my arm, so I didn't want to move my arm and prick myself. So I like scooted back as carefully as I could, and then she put the anesthesia in there, and I kind of was like not listening. So I was like, did you put the anesthesia in there already? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, because everything feels a little woo. And that is the last thing I remember saying before your girl was out cold. Now, my biggest fear was that, well, it wasn't a fear, but I was just like, it was more of a concern that I would go to sleep and feel like time had passed. For some reason, I didn't want to feel like time had passed. I just wanted to go to sleep and wake up immediately. And that is exactly what happened. I legit remember saying, everything feels a little woo. And then waking up, and I was just like, I felt, okay, when I woke up, I still had my eyes shut. Because I'm still in sleep mode. But I could feel her shoving gauze in my mouth. I could feel it, but my eyes weren't open. I was awake, but I wasn't awake. So that was kind of weird. But then I was just like, oh, you guys are done already? And she was like, yeah, we're done. I was like, oh, that was so fast. And I'm just sitting there talking up a storm. Who does that? Okay, I've seen some videos. I was scared about how I was gonna act when I woke up, but I was fine. I vaguely remember, you know, being just very friendly and talkative, which I usually am anyway, but like extra. So that was kind of funny that happened. That was my reaction to anesthesia. So anesthesia. So they like helped me up, and they grabbed my bag for me, and I heard them call my mom, and they wheeled me out in a wheelchair, I think. Yeah, they either I think they sat me down in a chair at the I guess it's called the recovery area. And so I was waiting for my mom. She came in like right away, and she was like, hey, and I was like, hi, Mom. And I was just talking, I was talking so much. I was just like, when can I eat solid food? And which day should I be okay to do this? And I was just going on. And then it was to the point where a nurse had to say, okay, sweetie, you can't really be talking the first 2 days, okay? And I was just like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. So, they gave me like my little goodie bag of gauze and stuff like that, and medicine. They didn't give me the medicine. I had to go get the medicine, but they gave me my little goodie bags and stuff. And yeah, that was it. I was like good. Like I was so talkative. I pretty much remembered everything. I was really nice, and I was so loopy that I gave the nurse 2 of my I have like business cards. I could show, you know what, matter of fact, I made business cards for my channel. They're so cute. And I gave 2 of these to the nurse. because I was like, I have a YouTube channel, you should subscribe to me and tell the doctor to subscribe to me as well. So I gave them 2 of my business cards, and that was that. So we made it. So post-operation, child. It was an experience, but actually I had a better experience than most people do, which I was very thankful for. I prayed on it so hard because I was like, I'm not trying to go through some craziness. So the first day, about an hour after my surgery, these bottom ones were hurting so much. They were so sore, so I had to take some medicine. I took 3 pain pills that day, which I took them in the right time intervals that I was supposed to take them, and I only ate liquids. And then the next morning, I almost passed out when I woke up and was trying to rinse. That night was horrible because I just kept bleeding and it was a mess. I couldn't really fall asleep. And I mean, I did fall asleep, but it was like here and there. But yeah, the next morning I almost passed out. I had to sit on the floor so I didn't faint. And but it was okay. And I said, okay, I'm not taking any more pain medicine. But it was fine because I actually wasn't in a lot of pain. The only thing was that the next day when I woke up, the top one hurt instead of the bottom ones. But yeah, other than that, it was pretty smooth sailing. It was just a lot of work. I had to remember to take my medicine at the right times, and it was like 4 different medicines. But really it was kind of like 2 to 3 sometimes, but it was a lot. And I had to remember to keep rinsing, which that wasn't hard to remember. And they give you a syringe. Well, I actually had to get the syringe, but usually they give you a syringe so you can flush out, you know, all the food and stuff that gets trapped in there. So it was a lot. It was a lot. But I'm going to give some tips for people that have never gone through this and might need some assistance. So I recommend getting a lot of different liquid foods for the first few days because you will not be able to chew. Also, a thing that happens that I didn't know is jaw stiffness. I could barely open my mouth. So the first 2 days I really couldn't talk that much. It was more like a mumble. So definitely get liquids like soup, and I'm talking about tomato, French onion, just liquid, like no noodles, no chicken noodle, nothing, okay? No clam chowder, nothing. Get liquid soup, okay? No, you know, broccoli cheddar, you know? Okay, and get a lot of them. Get like 10, for real. And get applesauce, get yogurt, get pudding, chocolate pudding. Oh my gosh, that was my favorite thing. A lot of people eat mashed potatoes when they get their wisdom teeth out, but I didn't really want to do that because I just felt like it's particly. Like, I don't know. Like, I felt like the little potato chunks and stuff would get trapped in there. So I was like, no. I'm good with my tomato soup and my applesauce, yogurt. Get some, like, peaches. Like, yellow clean sliced up peaches. And, like, little, like, soft, really, really soft fruit that's, like, you know, in a jar. But I recommend peaches. Because by the 3rd day, you're probably going to want to start eating solids. Not saying that you should. I'm not an expert, okay? But I'm just saying I was healing really fast. So by the 3rd day, I was like trying to eat some solids. But they were soft solids, like scrambled eggs and stuff like that. But y'all, I was so hungry. That was not the tea. Like, going through this was, I mean, it, like I said, it was better for me than other people. But, whew, I was hungry. Your girl wanted to eat. And then my parents, they was getting like pulled pork and french fries and stuff. And I was like, that looked good. But I couldn't eat it. I was sitting there with tomato soup and freaking applesauce all day. Ooh, something really important and really helpful that you should definitely get if you're going to get your wisdom teeth out is this. This thing. Because, oh my gosh, what a lifesaver. Like, this comes, you could get it off Amazon, comes with these little gel packs, and you can heat them up or freeze them. So for the first few days, I was freezing these bad boys, stuffing them in there and wrapping it around my head, because let me tell you, the soreness and the swelling, oh my goodness. So yeah, this is a must buy. And then after like a few days, you can switch to heating them up, and it's so soothing. It literally, I think these are what helped me go to sleep at night, because it was just so soothing to either have the frozen or the heat on my face, depending on, you know, how many days had gone by. It was so helpful. So yes, highly recommend getting one of these. So take some time off, because you will need it. Please clean out your wounds. Use your syringe, rinse, because you do not want dry socket. I heard about that. I didn't get it, thankfully. I did not get it. But that is a mess, I heard. So you do not want to have to go back to the doctor for that. So rinse your mouth. And then by the second day, you should be able to gently brush your teeth. Try to do that. You know, be very careful. Try not to irritate the area. Don't poke it with your tongue or nothing like that, because it will be bad. The only problem that I actually did have was a piece of my gum like grew over my tooth and kind of went in between. So I was biting it like every time I ate or talked, and it was so annoying, and it started to hurt. But eventually it shrunk by itself. But I think sometimes if it doesn't go away, then you might have to go get seen again. But thankfully mine shrunk, so that was really good. So, all in all, I had a really good experience, and I think it all really depends on who you go to. The people that I went to were really, really good, and I'm glad I did it. And it's not as scary as it sounds if you really take care of yourself. You really got to take care of yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that this helped a little bit. If you have any other questions or anything, if you've never gotten your wisdom teeth taken out and you're thinking about it and have any questions, comment below. I'm gonna leave Corey Kenshin's channel in the description. Definitely check him out. He's amazing. And I hope one day that I can be as awesome as that. But thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I will see you guys next time.